Hey everybody, it's Jamie from Modern Day Fox, and I'm here with my buddy, my son Sam, and we are going to make a smoky potato corn chowder for you from the Clean Food Dirty Girl website. Here is the website. This website does use some colorful language, so you've been warned. It has some great vegan, whole food, plant-based recipes. So this is what we're making today. And Sammy, are you ready to help me?
Yeah!
Alright, so today I'm actually visiting my parents in Maryland, and I'm cheating on my Instant Pot with the Power Pressure Cooker XL. So I did have to Google to figure out what to do, but it said to saute. You could press any of the preset buttons, so I'm going to go ahead and press it, and we'll just let it heat up. And then over here we have our vegetables prepped. I have diced red peppers. I have about 3 russet potatoes, 4 cups worth in half-inch cubes. And then I don't have an onion today available, so I just did chives, and I'm adding some onion powder to the spice. So as soon as the pot heats up for saute, we'll go ahead and do a dry saute with a splash of water. All right, Sammy, are you ready?
Yeah.
I need you to go ahead and just carefully put all of these vegetables in the pressure cooker. And just remember that it is hot, so try not to touch the pot, okay? Be really careful. You just throw it in there. Doing a good job, buddy. Alright. Just go ahead and stir that around. And you can do a splash of water so that your vegetables don't stick, because we're not using any oil in this recipe. And we're going to let those saute for about 3 minutes. Okay, so we've been sauteing for about 3 minutes. The next thing we're going to do is turn the pot off. So we'll press cancel here. If you're using the Instant Pot, you would do saute to saute, and then you would just turn the pot off. And now we have spices set aside. We have smoked paprika, we have garlic powder, we have salt. I added onion powder since I didn't have an onion. And then it also calls for thyme, but I don't have that, so I'm just leaving it out. I'm not crazy about that flavor anyway in my soup. So now we're just gonna pour that and then stir. The next thing we're going to add is some unsweetened almond milk or whatever dairy-free milk that you have. 2 cups of that. Alright, and then 1 cup of water. I'll get that over here. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and put that in there, Sammy. You give that a good stir. Okay, we have everything in there for now. Everything it calls for now. So we're going to put the lid on. And this was a little tricky before. I had trouble figuring it out. Okay, we finally got it placed on there. So you're going to turn it, and then you're going to set your knob to sealing, which it looks a little bit different. I think that's sealing, I hope. So I pressed beans and lentils, which was 5 minutes. That's what the recipe calls for. And so we're going to let this run its course, come to pressure, cook 5 minutes, and then do a natural release. Okay, the timer went off, and then we have been letting the pressure release. One thing I don't really like about this in comparison to the Instant Pot is that the timer didn't start to count up. So on the Instant Pot, when the pressure is releasing, it counts up. So it just stayed at 0. And the way that I knew that the pressure had dropped was the valve like collapsed or something, and I could see that there was no more pressure, and the lid can be removed easily. So this looks a little crazy right now because the milk separates. I expected that because I read the reviews, and it just said to stir it, and then we let it cool for 10 minutes, and we'll move on to the next step. Okay, all right, it has been cooling for 10 minutes, so the instructions say next to take 2 cups of the soup and put it in a blender. My parents have a little Ninja, so I'm going to do that. And this is probably just going to add some thickening to the soup. I didn't quite get a cup in there, so I'm going to add a little bit more. Just pour that right back into the soup. All right, my helper has returned, so he's gonna put the rest in. We have a cup of frozen corn. And I have chopped a 1/4 cup of parsley. Go ahead and grab that, Sam. 1/4 cup of parsley. Then we have maple syrup. And I'm just gonna pour a teaspoon of that in there. Okay, stir that. And then last but not least, about 10 turns of black pepper.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
All right. Looks like a chowder. Here is the finished product. Beautiful chowder, potato and corn chowder. I did add a little additional salt. I like things a little saltier, and I added some more smoked paprika. And I went back and set the pot on saute again, or brown is what they call it, and just heated it up a little bit more. But it is very delicious. So guys, there you have a smoky corn potato chowder from Clean Food Dirty Girl. You can go on that website and find the recipe and get all the measurements for it. I want you to go there and look for it yourself. So I'm not going to tell you the measurements, just out of respect to the blogger. But again, the blog does have some colorful language, so I'm giving you warning, but the recipes are so good. And so my review of the Power Pressure XL, I definitely prefer the Instant Pot. I think the Instant Pot is more user-friendly. I like the stainless steel pot. I like the way that it counts down when it starts the natural pressure release. I think that the saute is a lot easier. It's just a preset button on the Instant Pot. But all in all, I mean, they both kind of work pretty much the same. So, you know, if it's purely a cost thing, and that is your deciding factor for which one to buy, I think you'll be just fine getting the Power Pressure XL as opposed to the Instant Pot. But if you do have a choice and you can afford the Instant Pot, go for the Instant Pot. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, give it a thumbs up. Make sure you check me out on moderndayfox.com. Thank you.